you know, the maps just go straight down the sink. Everyone's trading maps left, right, and center, which is a similar thing that could happen on Mirage. You know, you'd expect VERTEX to be picking that CT side to start, so getting off on the right foot on the T side might maybe favor Rooster. Either way, I have heard that we are almost ready to go for map number 1 here on Vertigo, and it'll be an interesting affair. Oh, straight on into it. What do we got going for the pistol?
Do we have anyone back? We do. ASAP is back, so JTR is out, which means he's finished his footy match. The soccer is done.
Beautiful. You love to hear it. Zap, of course. We'll see if he's jet lagged at all as the night goes on. That being said, nettik currently top of the HLTV rating for this little qualifier so far. 1.79 after that last series. Although we are going to see VERTEX take this T-stairs control, also starting on the T side, needs to be said. And ADDICT has this flash at the ready to try to set up ASAP for success.
Lots of util for VERTEX, though. You know, they're going to be going in with a bit of an assault, bit of an execution for themselves. 2 smokes, flashes, and mollies. They can have complete control of this site.
Zap falling. Trying to play this one passively. Flash is not going to be used, but Hazard, look how far forward he is. Tiny gap there in the smoke to try and play around. And we'll just hold his position for the moment. Plant secured. Flank secured as well, and that's going to be first blood drawn from Hazard. But with the aggression, with the pick, with the numbers, deciding that he might not want to hang around here. Looks like they're just going to keep fighting together, which might come back to bite them. Hazard falls, and the numbers swiftly swinging back in favor of Rooster. ADDICT, 1v4 angle, and he's not going to get given any opportunity. What a flood on the retake.
Yeah, Hazard good for 1 on towards nettik, but from there, all of the frags just won out by Rooster. You think maybe with that utility that VERTEX do put on, it would build up a lot of pressure where Rooster can't really get a retake happening. You got crossfires from VERTEX there as well, but unfortunately, Rooster, they're just a little bit sharper in the mix with those USPs, able to get a good retake mark. And with that plant, I mean, at least you're going to have VERTEX going in for a bit of a force-up. All these Galils, you got a Tech 9 for PZ. A lot of utility to be able to work with as well. But for Rooster, not too much utility there. You know, the standard smokes that you'll probably be seeing them throw over towards T-ramp, over at A. Potential investments in mollies and stuff as well, but nothing too out of the ordinary.
nettik. Very stuck in the open. I think he got team flash there as well, so things got a little awkward for him. But VERTEX already on the force buy, navigating things nicely. 80k. The full read, PZ loses his life before he even knows it. And now we're back to this 4v4 scenario.
All that util that VERTEX have. Nearly gone. 2 flashes, a single smoke on Brace. Bit of an interest for VERTEX still, however. Floating around this ramp. Rooster, a bit of a peek in mid from Val. Does it give you too much of an idea, however, to peel forces back from either of the sites? You've also got ASAP, who's pushed down the B stairs, so a quite forward read from Rooster. Do wonder if they want to go for a full retake, however. ADDICT does have that kit. They got a smoke for SAP as well, so there is possibility for a nice retake for them again.
Ooh, getting ready. Looks like that execute's not too far away. Flash over towards that elbow side. And in comes the smokes. VERTEX very wary about lane, so just flashing in, clearing it all out. Also going to go for full wraparound, but it's rack him over the top to get big damage onto Brace. No kill secured and no appropriate util to stop that bomb from being planted. Not yet. Hazard going to be dropping a nade straight on the head of Rackham to enable the trade. But 2 of these Rooster members, Val and ADDICT, both quite tagged up. So we'll see what Malta's going to be able to do. He is taking point here with slightly less health. Brace as well, waiting for the lane wrap. Smoke on that bomb. And they haven't been able to tap it yet. High-low swing looks good for the moment. ADDICT ready for the full wrap back, but there's the tap. And Val on 19 points of health. He hasn't stuck it. He's looking for the swing behind it, but with no kit, there's no chance and no time remaining. So it is going to be VERTEX securing the second.
Yeah, you can see, unfortunately, the kit's been dropped up on top of the boxes as well, where ADDICT was trying to find the frag over the smoke. It just didn't work out, unfortunately. If the kit fallen on the floor, it may have been time for Val to grab it. Of course, when he goes for that final duel, maybe there was a little bit of time, but unfortunately not. It does grant VERTEX their first round on the board. So with that, they'll be buying into this new round, and like VERTEX, like we know, they'll always be going in for these purchases, of course. You're going to have 1A, 1S in the hands of Val, the rest of the guys with the pistols. Bit of utility there as well. But it definitely is time for VERTEX to start to establish their own economy on the T side, right? They got the better buy coming in towards this round. They got pressure around the ramp already. ADDICT spots a bunch of information, however. That can go to the teammates to get rotations towards this site.
All these one-ways. You've seen Rooster just constantly rotating them in the previous round. And ADDICT very worried that someone's sneaking down below him. But at that range with the 5-7, you'd give him a good crack. VERTEX, though, hitting the brakes and just looking to hold this A main control.
Yeah, Rooster. They've got Val pushing mid yet again to spot any information. And with that, he's going to start to bring rotations from SAP on over. So the guys on the A site for Rooster at the moment should be pretty ready for a fight.
Flash in. Looking good. Hazard going to be able to trade one through. nettik won't be able to escape through the flames. And ADDICT answers with another as well. So just a SAP remaining now. PZ is going to take the head off of ADDICT. Molly as well going to force ASAP back into the open. Tech 9 against 5-7. A tale as old as time. But it is going to be the Tech 9 wrecking things. And VERTEX taking the lead 2-1.
Yeah, nicely done from them as well. Realizing the one-way smoke, not really giving too much of an opportunity for Rooster to capitalize on those close angles. Yeah, they do lose the early pick to brace at yellow scaff, but ultimately they just overwhelm the forces of Rooster come that A site. 3 alive for them as well. PZ going to be bringing in a Mac 10 to play money man in a round such as this because you don't really see an investment from Rooster. And why would you? Not enough money in the coffer. You take a knee in this one, see what you can do with these pistols. A stack over towards the A side, it does look like, which isn't a bad idea. VERTEX have loved going over and establishing a little bit of this T ramp control early on and then going a bit silent. So one of these rounds is just kind of testing waters, so to speak.
Full stack for Rooster in this position, but Hazard could barely find that final shot. nettik living on 1 HP, but he is going to send it forward. The man is brimming with confidence doing things like this. He'll go down eventually, and Hazard ready for a repeat, and he knows ADDICT way too well here. And I believe he saw Rackham. He saw all 5 over there before. Nice shot coming through from Rackham, but look, it is just going to be a bit of a charity kill, charity trade in the end, as Rooster now look to go into a first real gun round. Decent util.
Well, I guess it denies the eco ace from Hazard. Had those stats, make yourself a little bit more confident into this game. It's already got 227 ADR, so why not? But what does this purchase actually look like from Rooster? They've got a kit in the mix at least. All of this other utility, which we haven't really seen them be backed up with, right? So we're going to see what sort of early util they actually want to set up with.
Nade.
It's good.
Oh, it's great, actually. Doubled up there with Brace, and nettik did not stand a chance. So that's a rifle potential upgrade if we can see VERTEX manage to slip across to sandbags. But once again, they're happy with the A ramp control. They're just going to slow things down and wait for Rooster to try to push forward here.
Yeah, it's something that VERTEX really love doing against teams on the CT side on this map. They get that opening pick. They go a little bit quiet. They let teams almost push into B stairs, try to get some over rotations here, and then bully them out with the utility, because with all this time that is actually being bought, kind of forces and brings in Rooster's utility here. We can see that they've just used another smoke, so they only have 1 left. So it is one of VERTEX's tendencies, I guess you could say, to do something like this, and maybe it's going to be well worth its weight in gold. ADDICT already down to low HP. Rackham takes Hazard, though.
I know there's at least 2 CT members here, and they're going to spot Val across the top. Big shots coming through from PZ. Brace polishes off ADDICT, and that's going to be site control, but no one able to stop that spam coming through. Rackham able to find one and slow down that plant. ASAP's position now known over towards heaven. We'll get chunked down to 74. Smoke in play. And I can't see a kit here, but there certainly could be. Nice shot straight onto the top of PZ now. And it's a 1v3 angle. SAP needs to tap and try and bait them out now. Flash across, and SAP's gone upwards. Bringing it down to the 1-on-1 now, and it's just Brace with a Mac 10 to play with. And it looks like it might be SAP attempting the 10-second wrangle in the back of a smoke. But Brace knows better, and he's going to be able to lock it down. And a 4th now secured for VERTEX. So a very, very swift start to their map choice.
I would say only one surviving at the end of the round for VERTEX. Got to be careful, got to keep numbers up. But with the way their economy is right now, they're pretty much okay to have a couple of situations like that. This
Yeah.
round is going to be one of those economy building rounds as well, as Rooster don't really have too much of an investment. An upgrade on these pistols for sure. Very light touch in utility and no kits. So we'll see what damage Rooster are going to be able to do. Again, I want to make mention to the fact that Val bought a kit in the previous round. That's 2 times that there's been a potential retake for Rooster where they've misplaced the kit. So kind of want to see them pick that up a little bit in these situations coming forward.
Well, Brace making his way forward here as well. And once again, looking for the lane control. This time, Rooster showing much more respect. And it's just ADDICT jiggling, looking to get a good timing on the one-way.
It's going to be disrespected this time, though, from VERTEX. They've gone a little bit quicker in front of it.
Oh, they've locked him in. Yeah, look at this. There's no chance there. ADDICT gets a good chunk of damage, though, which allows nettik a nice follow-up. And Rooster already with a 4-man rotation straight back into A.
It's a bit scary, though, VERTEX. They're going to be challenging this one. I say scary. Maybe it's not too bad of a beast with the frags that VERTEX are already finding pretty cleanly.
Ooh. Trying to chunk ADDICT there through the box, but the Deegs, not as much pen as you'd maybe like in a situation like this. ASAP on just 16 HP. He's just going to be scurrying down the heels of Malta there, but it's PZ. Holding his brother down, holding it down for VERTEX and Rackham. Ooh, missed opportunity there at range. But look, 4 alive. VERTEX going to be happy with that. Brace, 5 figures in the bank. That is looking pretty good for the next couple of rounds.
Yep, donations if required come the next couple of, but with the way that VERTEX are winning out these rounds at the moment, it's potentially a little bit until they even see a reset potential. Rooster, big round for them in this one. The AWP is out for Rackham. Utility again for the rest of the squad. I am noticing no kit, so denial of that plant would be pretty good for Rooster. See what the starting stages of this round provide, however. Ramp control from both sides, and nettik, ADDICT, they're winning this one.
Ooh, ADDICT knows as well. Even goes for the secondary, and is just waiting for Hazard to rig his head forward. Knows that he's lurking around somewhere. Great movement from Hazard to dodge that damage from the nade. But he's still hunting for this timing. Here's the fall away from nettik, who's gone real loud back to site.
There's a difference in this round, though, for VERTEX Mac, and it's the fact that they've got a lurk. ADDICT is playing in through mid. Little does he know, there was an AWP watching that line. So it's one of these contingencies for VERTEX if they do want to peel away from the side, if they can count how much util has been dropped. Potentially go back towards B a little bit later in the round or utilize ADDICT for a bit of a flank.
Cutting sound for the moment. And VERTEX just cheating back towards the bottom of A. Regaining control of the bomb. And allowing Brace to make a whole bunch of noise and try and hold these rotations. But Rooster are reading this marvelously. Look at Rackham. Still stuck on mid. AWP ready to take down ADDICT as now Malta starts to contact his way in towards the B side. And it is going to be this B-split attempt. ASAP napping at the wheel for a second. And that's going to be the openings they're looking for. VERTEX unable to put a foot wrong in a position where they had no man advantage. They fought back real damn nicely, and Rackham timing is not his friend either.
This was a 5 versus 4, and they've just been able to completely take the head off of Rooster at the moment. Damage low on VERTEX as well. Brace 5 HP. ADDICT half Hazard the same. Real good discipline from VERTEX, and I'll still give credit towards Rooster as well, right? They didn't really overplay their hand in the 5 versus 4. They just kind of waited, and maybe that was to VERTEX's design, where if they don't see a peak at ramp, if they don't see any space that Rooster are throwing in to try and regain control, it's a good idea for VERTEX that they are kind of playing, split 2-1-2 or 3-2, where they'll have numbers if they group up towards one of the sites. So real great discipline from VERTEX to get back in a round such as that. And pretty much, a 4 versus 5 that they win in the N4 with only 1 surviving on Rooster. It's as easy as you love it.
Well, what do we have going into round 8 now? Just a whole bunch of momentum still favoring VERTEX here. Again, with many alive at the end of the round, you are going to see that money continue to rise for them. And Rooster, let's see if they're going to be ready to try and slow things down here. Thought VERTEX were going to go a little faster, but you can see they're just defaulting.
Yeah, it's an interesting one for Rooster. Of course, a squad that we know that love aggression when it comes to CS when they've got their full proper 5. They love to go for force out. Really try to upset their opponents in rounds like this. But for this one, you know, what difference does having a couple of subs make? And what does that EU prac actually mean for them, right? They are definitely looking a little bit more disciplined since those EU games. I was making commentary with Conky a little bit earlier, you know, when you're in EU, you shift your focus to playing EU against EU, right? When you come back to Aussie soil, can you continue to play like that?
Well, I feel like VERTEX is the kind of team that would lean into that, right? You know,
Yeah.
they've got a nice structure, so all that practice in Europe should help. Aggression coming forward, and Malta's used ADDICT as a human flashbang to get the double trade. Now, that is curious, but looks like VERTEX are having a bit of fun.
Yeah, a bit of new tech for them in the later stages of the round as well. It's good to see that Haz is, you know, finding himself fitting in nicely with this VERTEX squad too.
Yeah,
so remember,
true.
it's still a recent addition, or you say swap for him and Savage, who's gone back over to Encore now. You got Hats in the mix on that squad too. But finally for Rooster, we got another buy from them. No AWP this time. A couple more kits. So I got a smile on my face because of that one. PZ, an attempt at the ramp as well. It still is territory that they'll be able to gain. Bit of utility to try and keep ADDICT back. As we'll probably be expecting things to go a little bit more quiet at this stage in the round, as VERTEX have done time and time again.
Again, just the slow exchange of util here at ramp. No one wanting to put a foot wrong or give up that bad advantage early, but looks like ASAP has potentially copped that double nade on the head.
Yep.
Like Malta and Brace have not much util remaining here, so he's trying to make something happen on 7 HP. Looks to put Val aggressive towards those B stairs as nettik finds that entry. Down towards the bottom of A ramp. And now we're down to this 4v4 as Val falls, and ASAP on very low health is now just going to rely fully on the smoke to try and play a sneaky one-way.
Where do VERTEX think the weaker site is at the moment? It's 2 towards B for Rooster. It's 1 in mid and 1 on A, playing at the sandbags. Malta's going to break his ankles, but he's just trying to draw rotations at the moment while the rest of his squad do wait over at the other side of the map. He is keeping 2 players here from Rooster's side. He's done a bit of damage as well. It's go time for VERTEX at the other side of the map, and nettik is stuck, but they overlook him, Matt.
They didn't fully rely on the molly. They thought no one was there, and it cost them maybe a second round. Oh, ADDICT didn't go up with the nade there. It is just going to be the spam. Brace looking to take this 1v3 from the top of default. My man, that was, yeah. I haven't seen that go too right for too many people lately, but that is definitely Giga Chat energy.
Yeah, single Molotov. If you've got a full HP player as well, you know, they can sit in it for a little bit, especially when the comms sometimes can be louder than the game sound too, right? You don't hear the tick of that molly on your opponent, and then they just do that to you. So very well placed for ADDICT. You'll prop him up on a pedestal to be a critical factor in that win for Rooster, but it's just the first step in this journey, right? 2 CT-sided rounds against VERTEX, 1 away from securing the half. You don't really have a banking of economy either as Rooster, so 1 misstep, you could see yourselves in a very quick save or a very quick eco round yet again.
Let's see what Hazard has for us here. Oh, nade again. Big damage on a nettik. But ADDICT ain't done. He's going forward. And is he ready for the swing at yellow? Doesn't matter. He won't make it. As PZ's posted there towards the forklift. And he's not going to allow ADDICT to get anything else done. There you go. Brace just gets nettik falling back as well. And this is all just coming down to pure timing.
Yeah. VERTEX have been nicely, you know, finding that frag on anyone who is stuck in the open, trying to get some re-smoking down from Rooster. Rakan's actually going to kiss the smoke, so they know that there is at least 1 CT here. They've taken him out. Is this safe territory for Rooster? They don't really have the money, Mac, and now it is just ASAP, 1 on 4.
Potential for that high-low setup, but it wasn't even needed. Malta gets the job done from up top, and ASAP can't shoot back. So we'll see if Rooster are going to be able to pick up some more momentum going into the final rounds of the half here. But look, 2 on the CT side, I wouldn't say that is enough.
No.
So unless they got some up their sleeve for the T side, then maybe, just maybe, that might be what we have to wait for here.
You got to position Val and Rackham in the right spots, I feel, at the moment. You know, they are split between the B and the A site. Rackham, you know, gatekeeping over towards mid a little bit here and there as well with being the rotator. So it's always going to be difficult when a map like Vertigo comes around. It's not the Puggy-esque map that you see time and time again, like maybe Mirage might be for Rooster come the second map in this series. We will see what they can do with this Force, though, because they have decided to go in with the full purchase. A couple of M4s, MP9 and some pistols as well. Bare utility, no kits. They'll love an opening kill to go unanswered if they can find that one. And again, for Vertex, just being very patient. Double stack of nades, setting up their fundamental utility, and a great flash as well. Well done.
Nothing going right for Rooster. They're looking real red right now. And even with the early rotations, it's quite hard for them to get too much done. Rackham going to be able to maybe get himself that upgrade, Malta. Tapping heads as ASAP. He's still alive, but he's going to have to win yet another 1v3, and he's not going to get a chance because Malta is just tearing through him. Eco ace in the bag.
Well, not even really an eco ace, right? Because there was a force up from Rooster, a couple of rifles in the mix. So he's done well with some assistance of his teammates to be able to just completely clean house on Rooster's front. A very big round.
If we called it an ace,
yeah,
everyone out there would be like, no, it's an eco ace. It's not a real ace.
It's a half by
so
ace.
you just lean with the pessimists, and then you're never wrong, you know?
Yeah, I guess so. It's like a glass that's full, or like more than half full, but it's cracked. It's leaking a little.
Yeah, yeah. Well, early mollies. Rooster looking to slow things down and make sure there's no A-ramp rush coming through there after 80k fell real damn early again. Peeking at Crane.
Not the way you want things to start out for Rooster. Rackham now isolated. We can get a trade here.
Again, nettik. He's thinking, surely Vertex, they'll forget about this at some point, right? And this might be the time where they have, although the nades again doing work, but the AK's being even better. ADDICT going to be able to pick up a quick double out of nowhere. And it's all up to ASAP again. He is not having fun today as the B anchor with Vertex hitting A.
Yep.
Well, 10 of bloody 11, 12 rounds so far.
It's interesting as well, right? Because this will be the 10th round that Vertex are finding on their T side. It really makes me wonder, what did Encore do just a couple of hours ago against Vertex to win, 9 rounds on their own T side, close it with 7 on CT? Of course, quick math on stream, Vertex found 5 rounds on their T side in that series. So they've doubled themselves come right now in this map, or rather this series here against Rooster. They're looking to even extend that a little bit further because Rooster's money, again, it's that seesaw. It's up and down time and time again between a good buy, a force, a half buy, pistols. It's all over the place, and it's just, it doesn't put you in a good, spot to fill you with confidence. So we'll see what these pistols for Rooster can do this time, if there's going to be any difference.
PZ expecting that swing. He knows that ADK can't help himself.
Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised that we haven't had more peek in over at the B ramp from Rooster. They've seen time and time again that Vertex are setting up the standard protocols over towards the A side of the map. All it's going to take is, like, I guess, Sap to push down the stairs, have a little bit of a cheeky peek, and then get an idea that Vertex aren't there. Put your forces over towards mid, over towards A. You can play 1-2-2. Or even 1-1-3, have a bit more of a stack, really rely on some of this utility to do some chip damage against Vertex. Just these little small things that Rooster might be able to put a little bit of a sacrifice in to potentially get a bigger reward at the end.
In comes that one way again, and it looks like Rooster, they're going to try to fight from Crane here. Brace going forward with the quick switch. His downfall, pistols, getting a little bit of work done, and Hazard trying to multi-frag here. Won't be able to find the third. ASAP still living with the Deagle. Gets another. And the third round that Rooster desperately needed here in the first half of Vert.
It's always interesting, right? The definition of insanity. Trying the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. But it works in Counter-Strike sometimes. It's always one of those funny things. And for finally, Rooster, they get that job done. They get another round on the board. And they actually get a pretty comfortable buy coming into number 14. The AWP is here. The A1Ss, the full utility. These are the rounds that if they have more of these, how are they actually going to be winning them? This is where we finally get to see, you know, what does the strength of actually having a buy look like for Rooster at, I guess, the tail end of the half. But nevertheless, if they can get 5 rounds, you're starting to cook a little.
Oof. Well, crispy one from Rackham. But where to from here, Rooster? They have had a couple of issues closing out with these numbers advantages. But VERTEX have been pretty good at trying to trade it back. But for the moment, 3v5. Rooster in a very good position to close this one out now. But what are we going to see VERTEX go for? Looks like Brace. He's lurking over towards bottom of stairs. Up the ladder goes Hazard. And it's going to be a B split with 2 men coming in through mid. Rackham, he's not on the line. ADDICT could get here first. And, oh, this util. It's baiting out that aggression, which has opened up middle just long enough. Val going for the flash, but the first one that came was a little bit too good. Trade still coming through, favoring Rooster again, and Rackham opens up the round and closes it as well with the AWP there. Now, there is a very good opportunity for Rooster to get themselves a 5-10 half and have a bit of breathing room in the second.
Absolutely. The difference they're finding those opening kills for Rooster makes, right? You put a little bit of pressure on VERTEX with only 3 players live to your stronger numbers, and it makes them try to do something a little bit different. We haven't seen too many scenarios in this series so far where VERTEX were on the back foot, bar that round that was 4 versus 5, and VERTEX still managed to bring it back. So very well placed out for Rooster. Can they double down? Can they make this a 5th round on the board? Some good utility damage earlier on onto Brace leads him to half HP. As this ramp control.
Worse for wear here. Here comes this molly. nettik again. He's going to be able to smoke it. Has a helping hand. Rooster really hunting for a fight now. And there is going to be smokes as well to refresh this one on the sandbags. ADDICT.
Yep.
Oh, must have been spotted by something there. nettik.
Fade.
Insane.
Yeah, it's something like the smoke fade or a Molotov behind the smoke, and it still has those little outlines, the fading silhouettes, you know. Different player POVs always offer different things with the game settings. So nettik, a little bit better in that scenario. ADDICT, maybe he's been hard done by, but it is another round, Mac, where VERTEX are on that back foot. They've lost the opening duel, cleanly so, with no trade. They have to go back to try and gain some space. It's going to be around this A side of the map still yet again. Rackham might be playing with fire here.
Brace, just on the hard pre-fire, knew that it was a Rackham round the corner. Whoa, who's waiting for that hand to prop out again. Missed opportunity, and now between a rock and a hard place, will get crushed this time. Val gone ASAP, 1v4 angle. Things get even harder than they have been multiple times for him. And he's just hoping to find anything in through those smokes, waiting for that second one to bloom. Oh, a couple in the clip. Will be able to bring it to the 1v3 and has the AK now with a few more bullets in the mag, so doesn't have to worry about that reload, but still has to find out where VERTEX are holding from. Smoking a kit. Oh. And I think he's just going to have to go for the full stick. Again, it's worrying, and it's unlikely, and he can't even find the bomb this time. Beautifully played by VERTEX for an 11-4 half.
It gets me in the mood. You're still a friend free in my head. You got me so confused. My mind is full of you. Still want you in my room. Don't wanna get rid of you. On my mind, but I am not too late. You got me so confused. My head is full of you. You keep slipping away. I learned the hard way. But something's gotta stay. Don't let it Got what you came for, one thing that I've kept. I keep your picture in my room, cause it gets me in the mood. You're still left free in my head. You got me so confused, my mind is full of you. Still want you in my room, don't wanna get rid of you. On my mind when I am up too late. You got me so confused, my head is full of you. I keep your picture in my room, cause it gets me in the mood. You're still left free in my head. You got me so confused, my mind is full of you. Still want you in my room, don't wanna get rid of you. On my mind when I am up too late. You got me so confused, my head is full of you.
Don't you think like that?
It is time to jump on and do the second half, Dion. Looks like Rooster can have their hand at going for a T side now.
Yeah, definitely need to see some strength in numbers from Rooster at the moment. Looks like they're going to be starting off over at the Bravo site, which we didn't really see VERTEX play with too often on their T side. So nice little breath of fresh air if it does tend over towards here to start things off. Preemptive smoke for Hazard can play one way on top of it.
Whoa, big shot. And that's going to be a cracker for the pistol. Val going to be able to come through with the trade, and now on the 4-on-4, already VERTEX working this 4-man flank. And almost all of them spotted. We'll see if the staggered approach is going to be the better one. And Val going to be forced off as well. So planted 4 stairs, but no one having stairs control. Rooster now trying to figure out where they need to go. Val going to be stuck up against the wall. It's all up to ADDICT, the clutch minister, the inspector. I heard they call him. And now they're going to get that kit on the defuse. ADDICT able to take the head off of ADDICT's shoulders. And that's a clean one for the CT pistol. Big retake coming in for VERTEX.
Yeah, it was something similar for the first pistol round in this map as well, wasn't it? When the T side looks to get a good establishment around the site, the strength in numbers from the CTs just overwhelmed them from a different position this time, of course. But VERTEX, they get the pistol nevertheless. With the plant, Rooster going to be forcing up, so we'll see what damage they're going to be able to shoot out in this new round. But a pretty clean retake from VERTEX nonetheless. Going to be grabbing a lot of utility for themselves, these MP9s, potentially to farm a good amount of money. But one of the interesting things to Rooster is that everybody has gone with Galil, so not a lot of utility to actually try and find some good positioning around the map. It's all going to come down to the actual rifle duels.
Whoa, big shot. And Hazard, the 2-tap is excruciating ASAP. Desk slammer if I've ever seen one.
Yeah, from an MP9 as well. That's not a fun day at the office for sure.
Ooh, offline. PZ going to find a 2-tap of his own there. And with the 2-man advantage, things get that much more difficult, but ADDICT has found a perfect timing. Won't use the trigger discipline, as I think he's heard that rotation in the CT, and now has B site of the map fully locked down unless ADDICT goes forward. But with the numbers, VERTEX looking like they're going to play it patiently instead.
Yeah, HE grenade for Brace. You can soften them up, make it easier for these A1Ss to find the big headshot for himself as well with this MP9. I'm wondering, though, for Rooster, how far forward do you actually play this? Do you expect the retake from VERTEX to come over from Platt, from CT, or do you expect a wrap at the stairs?
Oh, ADDICT. From the jump up here. Is going to spot that first member over on Gen's side. He's still worried about the flank, but ADDICT wrapping around, swinging. Val able to pick up the second. And this is looking damn good for Rooster to lock it down from a man disadvantageous position. Brace, he's fast with the SMG, but he's not going to be able to wrangle the spray transfer. Rackham locks it down. And that was a beautifully executed comeback in the round. ADDICT just finding gold.
Yeah, if you don't have utility, try and find some good positioning and timing. ADDICT did both from when he found the first frag on towards Hazard on the side itself, and then able to lock it down at the end as well. Do love to see it. Rooster starting early on the board on their T side, something we waited a little bit for when they were on CT. And now VERTEX just down onto these pistols. Pushing mid, though.
Oh,
Oh, dear. That's the bomb as well, Mac.
that is not how you want to lose it. But at the same time, see if Rooster can come back from this pickle again.
Bit of damage done, though. Hazard and Addict. Very low. nettik places that HE grenade nicely. Could finish the job. You've also got a bit more utility in your teammates to try and reclaim possession of this bomb. Just making sure all of these entry points in towards mid are locked down at the moment. A lot of time to play for Rooster to try and get back into this round.
Rooster going very slowly on this pincer. And that was a perfectly timed nade, but I think it went in the roof. So,
Yeah.
didn't get the chunk, which it looked like it might have.
Position from ADDICT is actually quite nice.
Mm.
If Rooster go for a boost, Malta spot it, but then ADDICT either plays first contact.
Positions looked complimentary, but Malta fell off. Didn't want to swing on the contact, which has worked out for the moment. All big trades. nettik going to be able to take Val down in the back. And now we got a one-on-one scenario. PZ, no armor. Maybe an opportunity to retrieve one of these rifles, but he's gone towards that B stairs position, and nettik's looking the wrong damn way. How's this timing?
I think
nettik
PZ spotted him.
Body sensors. Oh, he doesn't know. But look at this positioning. Look at the timing. nettik, does he see that? I don't know if he does. He's definitely heard it. Shifting forward, swinging now. Oh, and PZ! I think he's just barely got enough time to get this 10-second defuse off.
Yeah, I think he does. It's always one of those things. If you see pistols, if you see an eco around, is there that chance of a kit just being purchased? You count to 5 if you're nettik there, and unfortunately loses the duel. That is a big round for VERTEX in that one from the get-go when they get the advantage and they get the bomb from when it falls off. When Rooster do a TK, Mac, oh, so close.
Mate, that was a big one. That was a big one to lose for Rooster there. Very unfortunate. And not only is that 13 now for VERTEX, that is going to be the economy coming to a swing round. So if VERTEX win this one, then that might be all she wrote for Rooster in map number 1 of the series.
Gonna be real pivotal for Rooster to get a couple of rounds from here on out quite cleanly, build a bit of their economy. Wondering for VERTEX as well, do they do some things on their CT side that I was making mention that I'd like to see from Rooster? Any investments to the B stairs? Any actual aggression in towards mid? I mean, we did already just see that, and VERTEX pretty much were able to secure a good portion of the previous round from doing that. But it's back towards normalcy in these new rounds, round number 19.
Rackham just ready with that pop flash. Looks like he's happy just to hold it until it's necessary. It looks like it might not be. 50 seconds. Rooster needs to start to make a move. VERTEX, you know, they've still got a decent amount of util.
Well, so I was going to see if you can push Brace off the line, get any information. You got 3 players for VERTEX over at this A site. A little bit of utility still in the copper as well.
Oh! Val at the ready. That flash from PZ works against VERTEX. Brace not expecting the timing of the swing there. And that's going to be the defenders on the A site.
30 seconds back.
Yeah, thinned out, but at the same time, Malta now has the lane control. Flash on the front of site, and the T's, they're swinging. They're trying to create as much space, but there's going to be no chance to plant here unless ADDICT works some kind of magic. Zap coming in lane late, but still, that's going to be the bomb on the ground right under default here, and Man's got no time to make it happen. Looking for the kills. He won't find them. ADDICT, shooting, falling. And that's going to be 14 secured for VERTEX. So a 9-round lead now going into round 20.
Yeah.
This is looking almost unachievable for the likes of Rooster.
If it was already looking like a difficult situation for Rooster, that round is a big spanking. VERTEX 1 away from finding 15, as you do say, and that'll be 10 map points as well if they're able to achieve it here and now. Rooster have decided to go in with a force. You got a Galil with Val to be the point weapon. For the rest of them, down onto the pistols. Very light bit of damage on towards ADDICT. It really does almost need to be Val to find a pretty clean opener in this one, and he's already down at 12 HP. It's not a good start for Rooster. And now Val's gone too.
Things getting a little bit awkward. Malta jump peeking. And ADDICT not wanting to put a foot wrong over towards mid. No one on VERTEX wants to be the member to fall first, but at least with the mid setup, they had an opportunity to trade. You do see Brace shift his way back towards the A side though, so looking to put that util in the right place.
ADDICT finds some good timing in mid. There potentially could have been a world in which he repeats that scaffold, the plateau play rather. But you've already got eyes from Brace overlooking that. Hazard now spots and sees util. He's got his buddy on the side as well. 45 seconds for Rooster to try and get in. And ADDICT's taking some damage. So is Sap. ADDICT's burning over the plateau. Oh, you hate to see that one.
Just a little bit too much damage taken. And the numbers shifting back towards the B side of the map now. ADDICT spotting that crossover towards Quad. And ADDICT, he just wants to try and hold this cross to sight, but it's all Brace. Man's just doing it from behind, and there you have it. 15 secured, and that's a lot of map points to play with.
Absolutely. You would need to see a different Rooster come forward in this next round. Need to see them up nice and early. But 10 map points are scattered by, yet again, Scout, Galil. Couple of pistols, bit more utility, yeah, for sure. But you've got VERTEX who are putting on a pretty decent performance on this map right now. As much as they need to do to try and secure themselves that spot, that chance to get to, you know, ESL Challenger Melbourne at the end of next month. So we'll see if Rooster still have some gas in them for Vertigo here. Bit of contest over at the A ramp. Nothing yielded.
Real slow approach now. But Malta playing a real dangerous game as well. He's going to have members below him jumping up, though. Val loses his life, and that's going to be bomb right out in the open. Big double, maybe even match winning. And Malta just gives a bit of control to go back towards the sandbags. nettik forgetting about him. Just spotting that swing, but peeking off the timing. ASAP going to be able to trade, so still an opportunity for all the Rooster fans. Brace making that chance even more thin, and it's the nade to polish it off there. 16-5 on map number 1 of the series, and VERTEX secure Vertigo, which they selected. So a very, very interesting affair to kick off the festivities of this best of 3. But look, I wouldn't say that was unexpected. Vertigo, definitely a playground where VERTEX is favored, but it's good to see Sap back. It feels like he's still just warming up a little bit, though.
Yeah, of course. You know, I think we only saw him in, did he play the second map in the first series? I don't think he